Okay, I want to show you how to build a canoe or a kayak rack, or as I call it, this is my Redneck roof rack. It's completely removable from the back of the truck. There's no drilling in the truck. Everything is held down by tension, and I'll show you how to build it. Basically, it makes 5 pieces. 2 end pieces that are squares with pads. This one's upside down. And then 3 support pieces there to help keep everything wedged into the truck. We also use these little turnbuckles. Those are what hold everything in. It's pretty inexpensive to build, only took a couple of hours. Like I said, I can put it in by myself in a few minutes. Didn't take long to make it, and it was pretty inexpensive. So I'm going to let this roll while I install it. Okay, let's take a look. Here it is installed. Got the end pieces here in the front. You know, the canoe kayaks go up there. Cross pieces here, hold it in. Centerpiece keeps the bottom of these 2 big end pieces from kicking out. So everything's held in by the turnbuckles on the corner. Downward pressure from the cross pieces down to the little tie-ins in my truck. So the way I built this is I measured the inside of my truck from the inside of the bed here to the inside over there, and that's the length of these cross pieces, tops and bottoms. Same at the back. Mine has a little space here because of the way the truck's built, but essentially I measured across the inside of the truck, cut this one to length, cut that one to length. So that gives me my cross pieces for my 4-sided ends, front and back. Then you measure in the front how high it is to the roof, so you know how high you need to put your piece up here. And you want to give it some extra room. You can see mine's a little taller because your canoe or kayak may slope down. This looks like it's about 8 to 10 inches taller than the cab there. So that's the height you make these verticals on both sides. Then you make your back post the same. Then you can see all I've done is screw them together, squared them up to make those square end parts. Once you make the squared end parts, find the center of your bottom and then put 2 little chocks there, 2 little pieces of 2x4 on the side, the width of another 2x4, just like those. Then when you put your 4-piece ends in, your squares, you push it back from the center at the bottom, and then you measure to get the length of this 2x4. Now nothing's holding him in except just gravity, and he just sits there and holds the bottom pieces from trying to kick back in. So that keeps it vertical. Once you get that done, you can kind of push on these, get these to sit where you want them, and then do a measurement from here to here to get this piece. And then this piece needs to sit a little bit above the truck bed, just to help give you some room for tension back here. These are not bolted in either. They're sitting in joist hangers. One piece of advice, I'd go through and file these things off, because you don't know how many times I've torn my arms up on those things. So anyway, these just drop down into there, both sides, exactly the same. Then underneath is a couple little eye bolts. Set back, these look like they're set back about 7 inches or so, maybe 8, and turnbuckles. So that's what pulls everything down. So again, everything's held by those turnbuckles. Nothing moves. I'm shaking on this like crazy and moves my truck around. Carpet, of course, up here, and then I put eye bolts in here. That way I put eye bolts here on the corners coming down. So when I put a canoe on, I put straps on it. Put the canoe up in the center, nose up that way. I strap here, over, back down, same on the front. So I've got a lot of space here where my straps are in contact with my boat. These are made so that I can do the same with kayaks. So I can fit 2 kayaks up here and hook them across and down, with ratchet straps, just like those. So that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much to it. You make it in no time. I bet it cost me less than 30 bucks. I made this thing probably 10 years ago, just when I bought a canoe and had to drive 3 hours to go pick it up and had nothing to put it on. So I built this thing as a temporary for probably, I don't know, 30 bucks. And just couldn't see paying $300 and some for a rack for my truck when the canoe I bought didn't cost me but $250. So yeah, I built this and it's just been working ever since. And I said, well, why change it? You know, I can carry it up by myself, put it in myself, no problem. One thing I do wish I had changed when I put my carpet on, I've got my ends facing the wrong way there. You can see the wind catches them. You want to loop it around this way, and all that is just some old indoor outdoor, and it looks like it needs to be replaced, but that's cheap. But that's pretty much it. I mean, it'll you get in there and put your boat on there. I just figure if I can shake the rack and move my whole truck, my boat's not coming off. So there it is. That's the Redneck roof rack.